Next question is from Gretz123. Is there an ideal ratio of strength you should have between your bench, deadlifts, and squats? I can bench my body weight, but I can't do that much more in deadlifts or squats.
Okay, so normally what you'll find is that you can bench a certain amount of weight, you could squat more than that, and you could deadlift more than that. So typically what it looks like is your bench is the lowest, then it goes squat, then it goes deadlift.
Is that true?
Yeah, for most people.
I thought it's interchangeable with the squat and the deadlift.
No, some people, and this is not most, some people can squat more than they can deadlift. But it's much more common that someone can deadlift more than they squat.
That was definitely me for a while. I mean, that's just because I didn't deadlift.
Right.
I didn't have the skill of it yet.
Right. And every once in a while, you see someone who can bench a ton, and you can see the way that they're built. There's big rib cage, short arms, and kind of like the power lifter, like the guys who could bench like crazy, but they're deadlift and squat.
Right.
Okay, so here's a good number for a guy. This is a good, I guess, strength goal that's probably attainable for most men if they train consistently. Being able to bench your own body weight, being able to squat about 1 1/4 your body weight, and then being able to deadlift about 1.5 times your body weight. That's a good goal that I think most men, if they train consistently, could be able to accomplish. Now, if you want to be like, I want to be super strong, well, if you bench like 1.5 times your body weight, squat, 2 times your body weight, deadlift 2.5 times your body weight, now you're starting to get pretty damn strong. For a woman, this is a little bit more difficult for me to figure out. I'm trying to think what would be a good number. You're probably looking at something like half body weight to maybe 3/4 body weight bench, squat probably body weight, and deadlift probably body weight and 1/4 or something like that. I
remember T Nation had a really good. Yeah, T Nation had a really good article that was like
they had a whole chart.
They did. They had a whole chart of this, and maybe we can look it up and then hopefully attach it to the show notes. It was and it had both men and women.
It showed you like elite.
Yeah. It said, good. Yeah, it said like bad, good, very good, or whatever. There's like 3 or 4 categories of what Sal's referring to for both men and women, like where they should be on this. I thought that was a pretty good, accurate chart to whatever it is. For as a trainer, I would say I'm where you're at, Sal. Is if I had a woman that could do almost her weight in bench, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And as long as she was squatting and deadlifting her weight and above, we're doing pretty damn. Yeah, we're doing pretty damn good. So, there is that it?
So this is okay. So male. Okay, here's what they have for. See, they don't do this by body weight. Oh well, actually they did. So they said for a man, decent for a squat is 315 pounds or 1.5 times your body weight. Good was 405 pounds or 2 times your body weight. And great was, what is that, 465 or 2.5 times body weight for a squat. For female, it was 95 or 75%, 0.75 your body weight. Good, 155 or 1 1/4 your body weight. Great was, what is that, 205 or 2 times your body weight. But, they're talking to a fitness fanatic audience because those numbers are pretty high.
Those are that's why I
even
would,
just decent is high on there, I would say.
I mean, when you're talking about the clients that we train, which were average person,
yeah.
I wanted the way I looked at it was rarely ever in their life are they going to have to pick something off the ground that's heavier than them, right,
mm-hmm.
or squat something down that's heavier than they are. So as long as they could do their body weight in squatting and deadlifting, I was really happy with the progress or where we were currently at. Of course, we were trying for more, but I would be very impressed or happy with a client that was doing that. And then as bench pressing, if I had a guy, if he was able to at least do his body weight, and for a girl, if she was able to do 50% of her body weight to 75, I would be very happy.
Yeah, totally. It is. What's interesting too is that you typically will be good at really good at one in comparison to the other.
Totally.
Your body type tends to, like if you've got long arms and you're kind of tall.
It's all your levers that you have.
Yeah, you're probably a deadlifter, right? Yeah. You're probably going to be able to, if you have short arms, kind of stocky, bench press is probably going to be, what you're better at. I know for me, my squat and my bench was, good. My deadlift was always great. And they don't match. My deadlift was always, through the roof in comparison to the other two. So that's the other thing. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, this is a question that's essentially saying, how do I compare myself to other people? Yeah. That's a trap.
Right.
Just be honest with you.
That's such a good point, really. Yeah. And that's another thing too. Like if I had a client, it was about where we started and where we're at now. So even though we're all throwing out these random ass percentages and numbers, if you have been strength training for, months or years and you're better at all those things than what you were before, You're heading down the right journey. This is a long journey, man.
100%. I threw away all these standards and these like performance, metrics as far as like, oh, here's what somebody your age and your body weight and all that, because it just detracts you from like making progress for you individually.
Well, especially the numbers that we just looked at. Sal, you're right. That's definitely geared toward the fitness community. Because if you show that to a person who doesn't lift, they are they're not even close.
They're going to get deflated.
Yeah,
instantly.
they're not going to get close to any of those at all. They're going to be way.
And it says
off.
decent. Oh, I'm not decent because I can't squat 315.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
telling that to your client.
What's the quote? Comparison is the thief of joy. Yeah, right. So one of the biggest traps and just in life, but especially in fitness, is comparing yourself to other people. First off, it's not fair. It is not a fair comparison. Everybody is so different, so individual, different genetics, different diet, different lifestyle, different time that they can spend working out. Their limb, length is different. Their muscles are very different. Their central nervous system reacts very different. Age, different. Hormone differences. It's so unfair to compare yourself to someone else. If you want to compare yourself, which there's nothing wrong with comparison, but if you're going to do this, you've heard apples to apples, right? It'd be like me comparing my 4x4 truck to a Ferrari for 0 to 60 and being sad that my 4x4 truck is not as fast as the Ferrari. It's not a fair comparison. If you want to compare, which is fine, at least make it a fair comparison. There's only one fair comparison in fitness. It's you to you yesterday. That's it. There is no other. There's nobody else. Not even your twin, because they don't even live exactly identical to you. The only fair comparison is you to yourself. So questions like this, I know we gave out some numbers. Those are super general, but to be honest with you,
arbitrary.
It's been all like I had clients I had a woman that I trained who she was hypermobile and very lax, and she had beet cancer, and her squatting the bar was a greater accomplishment than the 22-year-old ex-football player who I got to squat 405. Like, that's great, but getting her to squat a bar from where she came from,
right?
Oh my God! But still, it's not fair. You compare yourself to yourself. Don't compare it to anyone else, because you will take your joy right out of your life.